So we're going to continue on Eis Hey, the new Sichot from Tafshin Yud Ches. But it's related to the Sichot we already learned before. That says, that I am like a 70-year-old person. This was said by Elazar Ben Azaria. And we have to understand why does it say that Chof keben, like a 70-year-old person, because obviously when he was 16 or 18 years old, there's different opinions, that his beard turned gray. So why is he, even though he's 18 or 16 years old at the time, and now that he seems like a 70-year-old person, so what's the question here? It's not understood. That we go on, that says, Velo Zechiti. He says, why? I was not entitled to this knowledge, for this. So you have to understand a bit of the background of the story. I'll put a link to the Chabad.org article which explains Elazar Ben Azaria, how he became the Nasi at the time. His teacher, Rabbi Gimliel, was sent out, and then eventually afterwards he came back, and there was a time when everybody came back into the base medrash there, and he said, I'm not ready for this. And obviously he was ready, because then the miracle happened that overnight that his beard turned gray. The simple language is that that I was not entitled. It's not on. No, it's only on Chachma. We're talking about intellectually. He was very wise. Many halachas from him all over the Gemara. Was the Zaken giving Shavan and hat Zeit abgegeben of them. It was given over that during very quickly he became like an old man. Therefore, gedarf menatzach sein, that this is how he won. So the halacha is like him, because there was a whole argument there. The halacha did turn out like him. That's how it was proven that overnight this miracle happened over Baal. But since that it's not only that he seemed like an old man, suddenly overnight became old. But the halacha, we have a question, and the halacha is also like him, just so he turned old overnight. No, but why does the halacha have to be like you as well? That it's known that these analogies that we get and examples in the Torah are not just analogies; they have meanings for it. Even though he seemed like an old person, but spiritually he was old. Spiritually, as you see, that he was a 70-year-old person, and this is where this chachma comes in. It's according to this HaKadosh, the Arizal says here, "Bezirv seinen Jahren von erster Gilgul," that he's getting it from his original. It's coming out from that reincarnation, the Gilgul that he had from before, and this is what he is. He's connected to that 70-year-old person. This is where, therefore, when we see that he says, "Velo Zechiti," I was not entitled. This is in a spiritual sense, but spiritually he was an old man, and this is where we see it being it's needed over here, that this is how he was needed, because spiritually he was. That's why the halacha is like him, and spiritually as an old person, when somebody is spiritually in that way, is connected in Torah. And the Torah is like him, and the halacha is like him. And this is how we fulfill it, that even physically it expressed himself in his beard. And this is where we get the taka, Eizgezen, that he seemed like it, because he seemed like an old man, that even here, that his beard turned white, and you could see it. And as the Yerushalmi says, that the pasuk lekel geimer alai, that how a guard is it's overcoming him, that the physical world is now expressing in the psak din of him, even though in the Torah, and this is what he looks like.